My God, I hate drugs.
Sabi ni Avi, na-trigger lang naman tong usapan na to because of PIA RANADA's article in Rappler. Focus na lang tayo sa pagka-racist ni PIA and how we can handle it. No, Avin, we have to discuss this. It is a national trait. As long as we discuss it, then there's more information coming out. What I'm trying to do here is to be able to recognize our tendency to have regional biases. It's not necessarily wrong, but it is wrong when people try to manipulate those fears. Okay? Yun nga yung sinasabi natin. Yung sinasabi natin is that people like Gary Alejano are playing on our biases, playing on our fears. And once we recognize that, once we recognize our biases and try to deal with it with more information, then there's less of a chance that these people will be able to do that to us. Hindi ba nila alam na karamihan yata ng mga talented, especially artists come from Visayas and Mindanao, multilingual at mas fluent sa pagdating sa English? I think the talent comes from everywhere. Sabi ni Habite Angela, only yellow and paid rallies sa ngaw-ngaw ng ngaw. I'm from Northern Luzon and I support martial law in Mindanao. And FYI, marami ng Muslim brothers and sisters dito as merchants, and even the local government allowed them to build their mosque here. And see, that is my point. Some of our biases are traditional. They might no longer be true. Diba? Teka, kailangan kong saksak yung phone. They might no longer be true, so kailangan i-recognize din natin the fact that they're playing on traditional biases na hindi na rin natin for instance, yun nga, saying Imperial Manila when there is no more any such thing as an Imperial Manila. Imperial Manila, like I said, is a construct. It's no longer true that there is one, because most of the people who are in Manila come from other regions. Sorry if it looks really awkward because I have to make saksak the phone. Sorry. But I will continue talking. Okay. There you go. Ayan, nagsaksak lang ng phone. So, okay. Sabi ni Miguel Francisco, we're all Filipinos. Period. No need to say we're better than others, above all others. We're all Filipinos. Well, totoo yun. Of course, we can't help it. It's a human tendency to identify with particular groups, diba? Human talaga yan. That's not limited to Filipinos. People tend to do that anywhere. People identify with their states, with their countries, with them. Tignan mo, pag nasa ibang bansa tayo, nag-identify tayo as Filipino. Yeah, we so like to be different. We so like to be able to identify with particular groups. That's natural. And it's human. But as with any human, it is essential for us to recognize these biases so that we can address them. Diba? And we can make ourselves better. And we can recognize it. Ang important kasi is to recognize the biases so that they don't use it. Nobody can use it against us. Okay, other questions? Sorry, medyo tumilim. Yan, other questions. Nakalambola room ako. Sabi ni Maria, actually, nainggit kami mga Manileño sa mga galing probinsya kasi rich in tradition, sariling language nila. So, yan. Nainggit naman talaga. Ako, personally, kaya hindi ako umuwi to any province. My father, however, meron man kami probinsya, kaya Tagalog din kami. My father is from Malolos, Bulacan. And my mother was already born in Marikina. But my great-grandfather came from Cavite and relocated to Laguna. So, we've traced our lineage. Sabi ni JC, so it sucks for us half-breed because we seem to lose our identity because when in the Philippines, they overlook me as Filipino because my color is white. Here in the States, they overlook me as American because of my Filipino accent. Well, I think that holds true with many people as well, with those who are of mixed race and mixed descent. Can you imagine what the first generation Filipino-Chinese felt? Sabi ni Alfie Zamora, ang sarap kasi matuto ng different dialects. Well, dialects are easy, languages are hard. And remember that Tagalog is a language. Visaya is a language. Okay? Baka kasi Kapampangan is a language, Ilocano is a language. And please don't discriminate and call them dialects because they're not variations of a language. They are languages. Sabi ni Avin, I fully agree in your answer to my comment as labels identify labels also. I say, ang importante, alam natin na may naglalaro sa ating fears so that we don't get carried away. Yun mismo. Sabi ni RN, ay nako, ito, this is an old discussion that I've already had before. Correct me, baka pumali ang pagkatapos. Alam ko na ang Tagalog as our national language, bang salita is that? Of course not. Visaya, Ilonggo, Ilocano, Kapampangan, Pangasinense, Kiniraya. These are all languages, not dialects. Mandarin is might be I don't know if Mandarin is a dialect, but I don't know enough. I don't know enough about the Chinese languages. However, I do know about the Philippine languages, and they are languages. I could say trust me on this because I'm a linguistics major, but I'll explain. A language is when two languages are spoken, the speakers of the two languages will not understand each other. A dialect is a variation of a language. Therefore, there can be like 10 dialects to the Tagalog language. So, dati sinasabi nila that Batangas Tagalog is a dialect of Tagalog. So, may mga ganon. It's a variation on the main language. The speakers of dialects, two different dialects, will understand each other, whereas speakers of two different languages will not. Sabi ni Jean Bolado, there was a complete story in my comment regarding Manileños regionalism. However, another question is, why was Tagalog chosen as a national language? Well, historically, because Quezon basically chose it, and Quezon was Tagalog. I think that was just it. But, no, that wasn't it. Okay, it was like this. At the time, the center of commerce was Manila. And in fact, the center of commerce was so traditionally Manila that it became necessary to engage in commerce to speak in Tagalog. Because at the time, while there was a Chinese community already, it was small compared to the Tagalogs who were at the time businessmen who conducted most of the commerce for the area, for most of Luzon. And while there was commerce being conducted, and in fact very, very well, in places like Cebu and Iloilo and Butuan and Davao, it was recognized internationally at the time of the colonial period, and at the time when we were already trading with other countries, formally under the colonial government, it was the language of commerce. So by the time dumating si Quezon, it became Tagalog because nga it was the language of those who were engaging, primary people who were engaged in commerce. Sabi ni Don Dayaw, mga Pinoy talaga na racist, lalo na pag galing sa probinsya, tapos pag nagpunta sa Manila, dinidiscriminate sila. Taga-probinsya ko, naawa ko sa mga nagdi-discriminate sa mga promdi, lalo na yung mga nawala. Lalo na yung mga kapatid natin na taga-Bisaya, Mangyan, etc. Okay, but first you have to understand one of the main things is that discrimination doesn't just happen, isn't just conducted by Manileños against Promdis. Okay? It is also the other way around. Makikita yung ibang mga comments niya. So, I think I will just remove this charger. Ayan. Okay, let's just wrap up. What we see here, one of the issues why the West Philippine Sea has become such a flashpoint for us isn't so much because of the fact that, it's not just what is going on there, but that some of our politicians have been playing on our fears or our natural discrimination towards an identifiable ethnic group or an identifiable ethnicity. But this should not be the case. Once you identify, you understand the historical roots of the suspicions that they play on, then our politicians will be less likely to use this kind of discrimination, this kind of suspicion, to manipulate us into certain actions that we are probably not ready for.